Hi, this is Todd Malakote, the SEO faculty for Market Motive and online marketing consultant at stuntdouble.com, and I'm here with the Ninja Guide to Link Building Part 5, and we're going to do competitor backlink analysis. This is one of my favorite areas of the PESCAR process or the PESCAR strategy, and that is looking through your competitors' backlinks and finding the best ones so that you get the at least path to resistance links first. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at some tools that we use to find your competitors' best links. Now that we know what link equity is, now that we know that it's not just quantitative but also qualitative in terms of the value of a link, we're going to find those top links and go after those and do some outreach and try to find the ones that are easiest to get and provide the most benefit for our website. So in the process of link building, we looked at understanding the vertical and competition. This is why we grabbed some of these competitors. If I'm doing, I'm trying to rank for MiamiFishing.com, or trying to rank MiamiFishing.com for Miami Fishing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at all the sites that are up there for some of the top terms in that area. Mark the Shark, Real Adventure Charters, Queen Fleet, Fish Jumanji, and I'm going to plug these into some of the competitor backlink tools that we're going to look at. I'm going to try to do these live demos of these rather than in PowerPoint form, so I can walk through and tell you a little bit about the tools. They do change from time to time, so when you watch this it might be a little bit different, but we're going to do live demos on how to do competitive backlink analysis and acquisition. The tools we're going to look at, the SEO Moz Keyword Competition Tool, Open Site Explorer, Raven Tools, Majestic SEO, and just the idea of a common backlink tool. So what you need to do is you need to look at some of these competitors and say what are their best links based on their link equity, based on Moz rank, based on those variables that we looked at in the equity education section. And then can you get them? Can you go out and create a strategy that is the same that they use, or just ask for it? Can you offer to buy some advertising, offer to sponsor? But can you recreate those strategies, and can you improve on that strategy? If you're going to beat these guys that are competing for these top terms, what are you going to do that's going to be better than what they do? What link assets can you come up with and can you provide that are going to be better than what your competitor is doing? And some of those link assets that we talked about were viral content widgets, interviews, contests, reciprocal links, forum posts, and press or public relations, like help a reporter out. So we need to look at these individually and say, what can we do here that we can do better than our competitors after we've acquired the links that most of them have in common? So we're going to look at these individually. The first tool we're going to look at here is the competitive research tool from SEO Moz. Difficulty report, or the competitive research tool from SEO Moz, is one of my absolute favorites. I was so excited to see this tool. It's everything I always wanted to do with COB analysis, looking at just how competitive the opposition is in a keyword search result. So for something like Miami Fishing, we can see the domain authority and the page authority for all the sites. Most importantly for this purpose, for our purposes in link building, is we just want to pull the biggest competitors, and we want to see who has the most link authority, who has the most links, and look at those when we're going through and doing some of our competitive backlink analysis. We know that these are the guys that we want to go through and look at their links and say, hey, where did they get these, and how can we get some of those same links? So I would build a list of these tools. You can do a much more in-depth analysis with this tool, which I highly suggest. It'll cost you a couple credits, but well worth it. I'm not going to show that here, but definitely worth running if you get a chance and you're doing your competitive intelligence. So grab a couple competitors from here, and then we're going to plug these into another tool. So we'll plug these into Majestic or Open Site Explorer. So we would look at something through Open Site Explorer, like Mark the Shark, one of the competitors here. And through Open Site Explorer, we would sort by page authority. Again, you're only going to get to see about 5 links if you're not logged in and don't have an account. But check out these links and sort by page authority, sort by top pages. We can look at this and we can say, hey, what are the pages of content that are getting the most links here, and why? What's getting shared on Facebook, tweeted, etc. The trophy pictures, it looks like, are the ones that get linked here. And then we're going to look at the linking domains. It looks like links from Blogspot are pretty common. Anything where it's a network of sites like Tripod are pretty common to see in here. But But what we really want to see is those really top links. We want to see the ones that are providing all of that link equity, all of that Moz authority and Moz trust associated with the domain, so that we can go and get some of those same links. So as we start to look through some of these backlinks, we can determine some of the techniques that are being used here. We'll click on a couple of these links. It looks like this one, web design. This is probably his web designer who is linking to him as a client link. Here's dev text. You can see he's linking to Mark the Shark there. Probably not going to get that link without hiring this guy, but good to know what he's doing there. He's calling in some favors. Here's one on a bacon salt blog. He may or may not be buying this link. He is getting a run a site link here on this blog that's about bacon. Could be a friend, could be buying it. He's got some kind of blog strategy here to get some link equity from a sidebar link. It looks like some video content on eHow, so we could probably go out and do a video on something to do with fishing and get that type of link and that type of traffic from eHow if that's an activity we want to pursue. But we can see the types of links that he's getting here as we scroll through and just kind of take a look at some of these. And we can also sort by what's the most important. The shark diver, swim with the sharks kind of link seems to have the most page authority. So we may want to try to go after that one first. And we'll go down the list and say, okay, which other ones can we get links from and how? And start determining the techniques that he's using as well as some of the other competitors. So this is usually the easiest place to start because you know these people are receptive to links. They already have links up to your competitors. So we would go through Open Site Explorer for some of these things. We would do it for a couple different competitors, and then we would start plugging these into different tools. We'd start plugging this into Majestic SEO and using something like the Click Hunter, and maybe we can search by Fishing Miami or just enter a bunch of competitors here. So here's all the competitors that I entered, and here's all the places where they have common backlinks. So the first tool that was developed for this was called the Hub Finder by Aaron Wall, and you can still find the tool and information on the tool. Unfortunately, it doesn't work anymore because it was based on Yahoo Site Explorer, so it's hard to find these tools that in a place where they're not subscription based or they're not paid tools. So you're probably going to have to pay for a tool like this, but it's well worth it because you can see the opportunities that arise once you start looking through and saying, okay, how many of these links do these guys have in common? Let's go get those first. Sword Fishing Central, charterboats.info. These are all pretty good relevant links, and you can tell just by the names of them that they're links that we're going to want and that you can likely get because a number of these guys are getting those same types of links. Another tool we'll take a look at here is Majestic Site Explorer, the top backlinks tool. So we're going to enter one of our competitors, fishingmiami.com, which isn't us, we're miamifishing.com, and we're going to look at their top links. So as we comb through there, we can see Yahoo directory, we can see inshore.com, BNB Seek. So we start getting an idea for the types of websites that they're getting these links from, and we can go and solicit some of these links. When we open this one up, florida.fishingcharter.net, we can see this is where they're linking to lots of people, and that's their top link. So we can probably get this link pretty easy. We can go through and find where they offer advertising or see where they offer a listing here in the bottom. I would search for advertising or search for classifieds account maybe. Open up account here and see what it takes to add one of these links because these look like really, really great links that we can probably get for a reasonable cost per acquisition. And as we go through there, these are the types of links we're going to find. We're going to find those best link opportunities really easily because they're sorted by AC rank, which is the same thing as Moz rank or similar to page rank. It's really that link equity associated with that specific site. Another one of my very favorite tools is the Site Finder from Raven Tools. This is really a fantastic tool that holds the same idea as the Hub Finder with that common backlink analysis. We're gonna, or the Click Hunter does the same thing. We're going to look for the common backlinks between all the sites in the top 10 for Miami fishing. we can see that Identicards actually has 4 connections. It looks like a very quality link. So we're going to open that in a new window and check that out and see, where are people getting the link on this one? How are people getting this link? And we'll find that. It looks like they have a little reciprocal link directory going on here. So you can see these types of things are a whole lot easier to find when you're sorting by page authority, when you're sorting by common connections, and you start discovering the common links between these link networks and finding where you can probably get some links from some of these guys. So now with these handful of tools, you should be a competitive backlink ninja assassin and be able to go out and find your competitors' best links and figure out how you can recreate their strategy. It's really the most important place to start with your link acquisition strategy, is going after those links that you know people are likely to give, because you have the best opportunities there. So sorting those opportunities and taking advantage of them is really essential to your link building process, as well as knowing what it's going to take to one up those competitors and take it to the next level by doing something else, by creating another one of those linkable assets. Thank you for joining me for competitive backlink analysis and part